So, Roger, when you thought about this topic, what was the reason you thought this was extremely important, and where do you think engineers really need to focus after the 4 years of graduation? And you really talk about the fifth year, right? So, therefore, talk to me about the fifth year.
All right, I'd be happy to. One of the things when I took over training at NASA is we kind of realized that our engineers are really good engineers. They know their numbers, they know their engineering, they know their science, but they had trouble communicating, and they had trouble, I think, what is commonly referred to as soft skills, being able to communicate, being able to work on a project team, being able to get along with others, and along those areas. So what I wanted to do, and what we did with the fifth year, is I wanted to see what the best way we could help our engineers become better engineers, and in the process help NASA become a better organization. So I gathered probably about a dozen engineering professors from around the world, and we met at the Kennedy Space Center. We actually met at the Astronaut Beach House, which is kind of a isolated beach house. It's been there since the Mercury and Apollo days. And we just kind of sat there for 3 days, and we talked about if engineering were a 5-year degree rather than a 4-year degree, what would you teach your engineers? Because you've been through engineering school, and it's, proverbial learning through a fire hose. It's just, you're just overwhelmed with, the learning engineering, learning math, learning calculus, learning science. But what we wanted to do was see if you had the luxury of a fifth year, what would you teach your students? And as a group, we came up with just a unanimous consensus, and that was better communication skills, better ability to understand yourself as a person, and being able to work together on a team and feel comfortable working on a team, and also learning how to understand the kind of power that an engineer has and the ethics involved with that power. And just in these general and communication skills, of course, how to be able to communicate. Almost everything is done, proceeds forward and advances because you have to have communication. And I think to me, one of the cardinal benefits that I got out of our discussion was when one of our engineers said that we have to understand that precision with words is just as important as precision with numbers. And that stuck with me forever after that, because it's really critical. If you can be the smartest engineer in the world, but if you can't express yourself in a meeting, or can't feel comfortable in a meeting, standing up and either advancing your idea or disagreeing with somebody's idea, if you don't have that self-confidence and that ability to express yourself, you're missing out a lot as being an engineer, because I think there's much more to engineering than just numbers and designing, circuits and that kind of stuff. There's an ability to really make yourself not only a better engineer, but a better person. And that was basically the whole idea of the fifth year. And after we had the discussion, it lasted 3 days, and we went back to the drawing board, my team, and we came up with a curriculum that would help meet some of these. Because I'd be honest with you, I'd be wasting my time if I tried to train NASA engineers in calculus or dynamics, or they know it already. Nobody would attend the courses. But I think when you and I'll tell you another thing that we did was, in the past, it's always been called soft skills. And I think that kind of turns people off, kind of turns engineers off. Soft skills, we know that, it's not we're supposed to be, more communicative. We're supposed to listen better and stuff like that. But what we did is we changed that to professional skills. And this is something I think is ideal for an engineer, because an engineer has a choice in their career, not just at NASA, but at any organization. You can be an engineer and just do the calculus, do the analytic surveys and designs or whatever. But if you want to move ahead in your career, if you want to become a manager, if you want to become a lead engineer or a chief engineer, you really have to develop those professional skills of communication, feeling comfortable working with other people, feel comfortable with yourself, and engineering ethics, making sure that the decisions you make are the correct type of decisions that are designed to be effective and to help people.